Hi folks, back with the next video here for the 5 league challenge, which is getting quite far into this second season here with Institute. So just a few things to catch up on first of all. So we actually got knocked out of the League Cup by Coleraine. I think I covered that in the last video actually. So we're just carrying on with the season. Still pretty solid form in the league. Actually got an 8-0 record win here against Newry. Dealt with a non-league team in the cup, and just lost our second game of the season in the league to Glentoran. But I'm picking up here because we've got 10 games left now with a 20-point lead, so we could wrap it in the next 2 or 3 games. I've also raised a fair bit of money with sales. Steve Tosh went for 375,000 to Norwich. Neil Tennant went for 400,000 to Sunderland, and I brought in to replace them. I brought in Steve Hislop, striker for Ross County, who's been on fire since the bottom. Basically, he was only 26k. And we've also got John Paul McGovern from Celtic. Decent young defender. Again, he's been getting really good ratings. He's 130k, but that was over 24 months, so it spreads that, and it just let me bolster the defence. So we're ready to go here. A couple of injuries, well, an injury and a suspension to my 2 Spanish players there, Adolfo and Agustin. So we're going to be picking up with Ballymena away from home. And this is the other team that came up through, they must have came up through the playoffs for that first division season last year, because I remember playing them a few times. But a good start here, and if we can keep winning, then Linfield will run out of games to catch us. So I wanted to come back and just show you guys the run into hopefully lifting the second league title in the second season. And as this is the top league in Ireland, on the rules that are set for the challenge, once we get this league wrapped, then I can start applying for jobs in Scotland, and hopefully it'll be a case of timing, I guess. Basically, if something comes up, then great, but we might have to wait a few weeks, but hopefully I can get a job in Scotland before the end of the season. But yeah, we're turning these guys over, so another good win. Really quite happy with the way that's all working out. And I'm glad I kind of upgraded my goalkeeper. It took me a bit to find somebody that was actually interested. So Glenavon, and then the cup game, and we could win it with that game against Ards. So once we get through those games, when you're looking for kind of available jobs, just go to Scotland. So that would be ironic if I ended up going to Raith Rovers. So we've got Raith Rovers, Inverness, Cally Thistle, and once they go to very insecure, then you keep an eye out that the manager might get punted. You can see the Watford job available there, but I'm not planning to go to England first. I think it's probably more straightforward to get actually jobs in the 5 leagues going to Scotland first, because if you go to England, say you did take the Watford job, like aside for Rangers and Celtic, it's not going to make sense to go to any club in Scotland. So I think we'll go Scotland first. So I can get Captain Augustin back in here, and Adolfo back to full strength. So I hopefully get a win here, and then it'll be down to the next game. And can't argue with Adolfo's numbers. He's just such a great wee pickup when you go a smaller club. It's 26 goals in that attacking midfield role. Got 34 last year. And he's even starting to pick up a bit of value. 85,000 he's worth, but could probably sell him for a fair bit more than that. And that's him down to 10 men now, so looking like this one will be in the bag. It's still only a 20-point lead now actually, so might not be able to take it on the next league game. Could take 2, but we're basically 2 wins away from doing it. I think this one's safe. Lee Hines has been a good one as well, 34 goals. And Jamie Victory's been really productive as well. Great wee pick up him. Great stats for a lower league player. Can play in multiple positions. I'm playing him as a left wing, but I've played him as centre half, defensive midfielder. Just always want to pick up if you go to manage a small club. So Linfield won again, so they're delaying me more than anything else. They're obviously not going to mount a comeback with 8 games left. So cup time again versus Larne. I think we should have too much for them. And you're top of the first though. So Hislop was a great wee pickup. 22,000 I think I paid for him. He was just on the bench at Ross County, so if you're playing a lower league team, a small club, sorry, all you really need in striker is finishing. If they've got finishing 16 plus, they'll score goals. I mean, you look for your stamina and strength, obviously, maybe pace if you can get it, but it's good enough to get you goals. You can't go for the players that you necessarily want, so you've got to just base it on attributes. But you can't go for names really. You'll get the odd exception, but generally speaking, you've got to just scour around. It looks like we're dealing with this one. And there's an attendance of 88 people randomly for this game. That's a weird one. I think that's possibly the lowest attendance I've ever seen in a game I've played. I was thinking, was it maybe because it's a Sunday, but it's not, it's a Saturday. That's my last home game in the league. Yeah, 1,400 odd in the league there. That's weird. Not much point in a cup run if you're only getting 88 people through the gate. So hopefully should just be a couple of games left here. If we win the next two, then that'll seal the title. Just keep track of what's going on in the Scottish leagues. So Kelly Thistle, Dundee. Dundee would be a good one if that comes up. So would Kelly Thistle, to be fair. So we might be able to time this pretty well for getting in for a job. Doesn't necessarily have to be that it's got manager getting sacked. It can also be like, see that Watford job that was up there. If say the manager at Ayr United got the Watford job, then obviously the Ayr United job's going to come available. So they can just like appear from time to time. So I'll get Bobby Mann back in there. And we've got Ards and Cliftonville. If we can win these two games, then that's tying up the league title. And that make it 2 league titles in 2 years. So it's all going well. I think even if if Linfield slip up here, it could actually be on this game. Never bargained on that. So yeah, looking like we're wrapping this one up pretty well. And check the latest scores. What's going on with Linfield? And they're still drawing with Cliftonville. So if that stays like that, then no, it's not. They've scored. So we'll forget that theory. Yeah, Linfield won 2-0, so it's going to go to the next game, but that's a good 5-0 win there. And getting one of my reserve players moved on. I'll stick Jones in. He's been good when I've had to turn to him. So a good wee squad player there. So the next one is the moment of truth here for the winning the top league in Northern Ireland, which will be the first phase of the challenge complete. And then it'll be on to Scotland, England, and then either Spain or Italy. Now, I'm not going to get a job in Spain or Italy unless probably I'll win some sort of European competition. When you get your manager rating to be in like the top 3 or 4 in the world, then you can look at getting continental jobs and you've got a chance. But without that, it's not likely. So yeah, good early lead here. Looks like the nail's in the coffin for Linfield with this one. The 3 up there. Yeah, so that'll be 20 points with 6 games left. That'll be all she wrote. And then we can see if one of those jobs just came up in Scotland. Hopefully just time it well. So yeah, the form's been just tremendous of late because I've kept the same team by and large, and then when I've sold those couple of players, I've brought in decent replacements. So there we go. Institute have won the Irish Premier League. So add that to their list of achievements. Irish Cup, League Cup, Charity Shield, First Division, now won the Premier Division. So that's a clean sweep for all the trophies in Ireland. And I'm going to keep an eye here because we've got 3 jobs. What I'm not going to do is take the referee's job if that comes up, because that's just kind of repeating what I did in my last videos. That would be a bit boring for you guys that are watching, I think. I've got the Cup quarter final coming up next, so I'll probably play that one and then I'll just wrap it up. Dundee. So they're sitting 11th in the Premier League, so I've applied for that job and then it'll come up in your news feed. Dundee acknowledge your job application. In terms of my manager stats, I'm ranked number 1 in Ireland. I'm 289th in the world, so Dundee might be aiming a bit high, but you never know. I've got probably one of the better win records out there. Probably do have the best, because you can filter that out. So manager points, I'm 23rd. You get an overall winning record. Yeah, overall match record, I'm the top basically. So maybe that counts for something. But it's possible that whoever gets the Dundee job, that could be another manager in the Scottish First Division. So realistically, it'll be the Scottish First Division that I'd think we might get something. But we've got a fair bit in the season left for these to see a bit of movement. So we'll play this cup game, see how we got on here to get through to the semi-final. And it's Cliftonville who we've just beaten 5-0, so this should be, a formality, I think. Yep. This poses no significant problems. And again, terrible attendance, 146, so doesn't seem to be that much love for the Irish Cup from the fans, I've definitely taken Institute as far as I can take them. There's nothing more that I can win with them. And you're never going to get anywhere in Europe. As soon as you get a kind of team name that you can pronounce and you're going to get beat off for 2 legs. So another 5-0 win there, and we'll just let you see if maybe any other jobs have came up. Just kind of check it every sort of Sunday, Monday after the games. So we've got maybe the Inverness Cali Thistle job will come up there. So what I'll do, folks, is I'll come back either when I get my next job, if one comes up in Scotland, or I'll come back for maybe the cup final and wrap this one up and just do a wee quick recap. So there it is, Institute, Champions of Ireland, clean sweep on all the trophies over the 2 seasons. Well, knocked out the League Cup, but I did win it last year, so basically have won everything. And I will catch up in the next video for the next phase of this 5 league challenge. Cheers for watching.